Yakshamash Dobja in it, back with Captain Kayaman in the house. And we're talking about what's interesting about this is Kaya's from Cameroon, and I was born in the UK. And it's just really the way that we look at water in different parts of the world and how we kind of treat water and the respect that we show water. So I think in the United Kingdom, that our attitude to water is it's our God-given right to have water coming out the tap.
That's true.
We don't need to appreciate it. We don't need to value it. We don't need to understand it. That's our British right
That is
to have water
I support
coming
that.
out of our tap.
100%. I support that.
Now, and I think the reason that's interesting is that what that's done, that attitude, has just completely alienated us from understanding how beautiful water is.
Yeah.
So because we think it's our right, we don't need to look at it because it's just water, and that's our human right. Whereas in other parts of the world, I imagine in Cameroon, it's looked at slightly differently.
Yeah, because if you go in regions like the north, you have Gariwa, Gandere, and Marwa, where it's close to Nigeria, and that's a desert. So they really suffer water there that much, but animals, they have everything to put together for those people far up there to have good drinking water.
Yeah.
But they don't. Do you know how many meters people dig to get water?
How many?
They go 15,
Wow.
20, 25. I'm not lying. Go on YouTube, find how water is being dug in Cameroon, in the far north region, or probably in,
And they're just digging by hand.
yeah, in Yaoundé. In Yaoundé, the first time I visit a friend in Yaoundé, in Biamasi, yeah, that place is called Biamasi, but he lives right inside. There was this well that they said we should go and carry water there because the tap wasn't flowing. And when we went there, I saw a little tube like this. It's about 3 liters. They told me to throw it in and then draw water. It took me 7 minutes to draw that thing out.
What? Because it was so long,
It
deep,
was so deep.
and heavy.
You point the torch down there, you doesn't see anything. And the people that dig these wells, they come from Senegal, Chad, not even Cameroonians. Yeah. Those are the people that, because they are very familiar with those conditions,
Okay.
and that is what they do back in their countries. So when they come to Cameroon, mostly in the regions that doesn't have water, so they have business from digging it, because people in Cameroon can't do what they are doing.
Wow.
We dig wells, but those people are out of, they are just,
They're like specialists.
they are specialists in that. So when I still see people digging wells in 21st century, I'm asking myself, where are we going? Because we need to stop. We've been digging the soil for thousands of years, destroying it. Because at some point, when you dig it, you don't find water.
So Nestle
Yeah,
own more water on planet Earth than anybody else.
yeah,
And I think it's very important that everybody knows about Nestle,
yeah.
and whether we want to carry on supporting Nestle,
Yeah.
and whether we want to buy from Nestle.
Yeah.
But I can't see how it's in the interest of planet Earth
Yeah.
that one company, one family from Switzerland owns more water than anybody else. To me, that just seems like a really crazy idea. But I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
So since I've been aware of water,
Yeah.
I now get, I call it water anxiety. And water anxiety to me now means if I go somewhere and I don't have a bottle of water with me,
Yeah.
I don't get anxious, but it's like I start thinking, where's my bottle of water? Where's my
Yeah.
next drink coming from?
If you call it anxiety, I would love the anxiety of you being with water. My reason of saying I would love it to be an anxiety because it's medication.
Yeah. So do people in Africa worry about where they're going to get their next drink of water from?
Yeah,
Do people in Cameroon worry about?
we're so worried because every day new company comes up and they just bring in us shit water. And when you go to the hospital, sometimes I'm a victim of all of this. That's why I don't drink tap water. I haven't drank tap water for 17 years now. But I used to drink every shit water that I found myself, swim in every type of dirty water, and I'm fine. But when you're growing up, your immune system is not the same as you're a kid. And when you start to change environments, that's how things start changing as well too. So it got to a point where I couldn't drink tap water, and up to date, I can't drink tap water.
In the UK or in Cameroon?
UK and Cameroon, and the tap water here in UK, I won't lie, is more dangerous because I can't imagine the scent of water that I smell.
The chlorine.
What is coming out from the tap, and then when you have to brush your mouth with it in the morning, it just does your head with that scent and
Is
that
it the
taste.
chlorine you're talking about? The smell of the chlorine?
I can't really tell what makes the water to smell, but what they
Chlorine.
teaches us is good drinking water doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't need no scent, no taste.
Yeah, okay, so the chlorine
From
in
the
tap
tap,
water
yeah.
is to kill the bacteria.
It's to kill the
That's why
bacteria.
it's there. It's the only reason.
Yeah, I know that, but the scent is not just the chlorine, because
well-
that's the same chlorine that I grew up in Africa. The white man is the one that brought us drinking water, hospitals, schools, dock roads, electricity in it. So they have shown us these things for us to take it up. We instead taking it down.
Yeah, okay, but it's
So-
not just you. It's I think in this country with our water, we've taken it down as well.
So what I'm saying, and what I've seen from the TV, the environmental activists, I think they are doing a good job. But we all need to give more support to those people and to ourselves to really look into what the mess the water company here in England is going through. Because how long has the water company down in London, the water they
Thames
use,
Water.
the Thames Water, how long has that company been?
1989.
1989 and up to 2025. They haven't done anything yet.
Well, they have. Tell you what they've done. I think they've racked up 20 billion pounds worth of debt.
For
I think
that.
I think they've taken 15 billion pounds in dividend payment. I
And
think
then
they've
the
neglected the infrastructure.
Yeah, and the water just keep the
Now,
mess.
the reason we privatised our water in this country, what we were told at the time, was that we will get better water,
Yeah,
a cheaper price,
yeah.
better service,
That's what I
more
read.
efficient.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
I
the
read.
idea of privatisation.
Yeah.
But in reality,
Yeah. It's the opposite.
The exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
A modern country, the leader of the war, with this type of thing. So us back there in Africa, third world countries. So what example are we copying? Because I think I never knew. I was very dumb. I thought everything was just good overseas. So good, like so good.
The grass was greener.
But when I came here, I realized that we just copying what the leaders are doing. So if they do shit things, who are there to do good things? So that is the road. So it's just a human thing.
Well, I hope now with social media
Yeah.
and with information.
Yeah, I've learned all of what is happening about water in the UK through social media and then reading documentaries as well. ITV, BBC, and then normal local channels, YouTube channels. Yeah, that's how I've learned about the water here in this country. I see how polluted the water is. I just ask myself, like, oh God, where is it going? Because more chemicals are going deep into the rivers, into the lakes, the canals. I mean, everything. More chemical is going in, and no one is doing anything about
Well, I
it.
hope now that as people become more aware about water and what's going on in the world of water, people take more interest.
Yeah, people take more interest, but nothing is being done. So how how can we target this?
I think it's like, listen, I didn't think anyone was going to be interested in hearing about talking about water,
Yeah,
and people clearly are interested in talking about water or hearing about water talk.
that's true.
And I think the conversation starts with people talking,
Yeah,
and then when people talk, it becomes more of a conversation and more awareness, and then we become more aware. But when people don't talk, it's the opposite.
and one thing I like about the activists, people that goes out and protest, take their time, take their cameras, rigs it, go to make those videos and show us. I don't. We really need support, like to do more of that and protest more, because for me, I just feel like we're just whinging.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of whinging,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of action.
Yeah, we not.
We should
There
have
is no
ended the water. The water should be re-rationalised in this
Yeah,
country, and
it
we should have
have
dealt
been
with that.
changed long ago.
Yeah, we should have dealt with that as
Because
a country.
the other day I saw the ones that they did back in the 70s, the ones they did in the 60s. I saw how they were in little boat going in the reservoirs and then pouring some chemicals in the reservoirs, and then you have this one person that goes look all over the whole that reservoir. That is his job. And then you have one person where they pump in the water, looking over everything. So if people were doing good things back then, when they were still complaining, and then now it's getting worse when we have the money, the equipment, the
Yeah.
technicians, everything in place,
Yeah.
but going in more depth. So I don't understand why. Is it
Corruption.
Yeah,
It's
good.
corruption.
I
It's
accept
absolute
that.
corruption. We've never been wealthier,
That's
and we've never
true.
been more corrupt, and that's the problem with.
That's why I always love to see the king in his garden, talking
Don't
with his plants,
do me a favour.
plant his trees, look after them, and then yeah, because I love the way he educate people and tell people to eat more.
Yeah, I've got nothing good to say about the king, so let's end that conversation there. Yeah, agree
I'm
to
sorry.
disagree. He loves the king. I'm not going to say anything.
Hi, Charles.
God save. We should do this national anthem. Come on. God
Save the
and
king.
the gracious. Do me a favour. You started it. Extra mash, yeah.
Yeah.